Are you ready to satisfy your sweet tooth with a trip down memory lane? Join us as we count down the top 10 best candies from the groovy 70s. But before we start, make sure to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. Today, we're taking a sweet trip down memory lane to revisit the top 10 best candies from the groovy 70s. From tangy Sour Patch Kids to colorful Jelly Belly jelly beans, we've got a sugary lineup that'll satisfy your nostalgic cravings. Let's dive in. 10. Gobstoppers. Picture this. It's the 1970s and you're munching on some gobstoppers, those jawbreakers that were all the rage back then. These bad boys weren't just any candy, they were like a flavor adventure in your mouth. With layers of colorful candy that changed flavors as you sucked on them, gobstoppers kept you guessing with every lick. And let's talk about their hard shell. Biting into it was like cracking open a candy treasure chest. Whether you were the type to savor them slowly, letting each layer dissolve on your tongue, or you were bold enough to take a big bite right from the start, gobstoppers always delivered hours of delicious fun. It was the kind of candy that brought joy to kids and adults alike, with its mesmerizing colors and ever-changing flavors. So the next time you're craving a taste of nostalgia, just think back to those gobstoppers from the 70s. They were more than just candy. They were a sweet symphony of flavors that made every moment a little more fun. 9. Ring Pops. Ring Pops, remember those tasty treats that you could wear and eat at the same time? They were like jewelry for your taste buds. Back in the day, everyone rocked a ring pop because they were not just candy, they were a style statement. Imagine dazzling your friends with a flashy ring pop on your finger, available in a rainbow of colors and bursting with fruity goodness. It wasn't just about satisfying your sweet cravings, it was about flaunting your sweet style too. You see, ring pops weren't just another candy, they were a whole vibe. Picture yourself strolling down the street, sporting your favorite ring pop flavor, maybe it's watermelon or blue raspberry, and feeling like a candy connoisseur. And let's not forget the fun of swapping flavors with your pals, trading grape for cherry or orange for strawberry. It was all part of the ring pop experience, sharing the joy of deliciousness with your friends. And the best part? Ring pops weren't just for kids, adults got in on the action too. Whether you were reliving your childhood memories or discovering the joy of ring pops for the first time, these sweet gems brought smiles to faces of all ages. 8. Jelly Belly jelly beans. Jelly Belly jelly beans. Remember those chewy little treats that burst with flavor? They were all the rage back in the groovy 70s. Jelly Belly totally changed the jelly bean scene with their amazing assortment of fancy flavors and eye-popping colors. It was like a flavor explosion in every bite. Picture this, you're hanging out with your friends and someone pulls out a bag of Jelly Belly jelly beans. Suddenly, you're faced with a tough decision. Do you go for the buttered popcorn flavor or dive into the juicy pear? With so many delicious options, it's hard to choose just one. And let's talk about those colors. They were like little drops of happiness. Whether you were munching on a red apple or a blueberry bean, each one was a tiny burst of joy. And the best part? You could mix and match flavors to create your own tasty combos. It was like being a flavor scientist in your own kitchen. 7. Sour Patch Kids. Oh, those little sour buddies that made tongues tingle and lips pucker. Back in the funky 70s, they hit the candy world like a flavor bomb. First, they'd hit you with that sour kick that made your eyes squint, then came the sweet relief that made everything better. Imagine popping one into your mouth. That initial burst of sourness would send a shiver down your spine. But then, just when you thought you couldn't handle it, the sweetness would swoop in like a hero to save the day. It was like a roller coaster ride for your taste buds. And let's talk about that tangy flavor. It was like a party in your mouth. Whether you were a fan of the sour punch or the sugary sweetness, there was something about Sour Patch Kids that kept you coming back for more. They were like the ultimate candy addiction. Once you had one, you just couldn't stop. And the best part? They came in all sorts of fun shapes and colors, making snack time even more exciting. From tiny sour watermelons to chewy little bears, each one was a delicious adventure waiting to happen. Pixie Sticks. Pixie Sticks, remember those? Oh boy, they were the go-to treat back in the groovy 70s. You'd find them everywhere, from schoolyards to sleepovers. And let me tell you, they were a hit. Picture this, you grab one of those paper straws, rip it open, and bam! Instant sugar rush. But it wasn't just any sugar. Oh no. It was flavored sugar, and it came in all sorts of exciting colors and tastes. Tangy, sweet, sour. You name it, Pixie Sticks had it all. Now here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that Pixie Sticks were originally invented in the 1950s? Yep, they've been around for quite a while, but they really hit their peak in popularity during the funky 70s. Kids couldn't get enough of them. And get this? Pixie Sticks weren't just delicious, they were also super affordable. You could snag a whole bunch of them for just a few cents, making them the ultimate pocket money indulgence. 5. Charleston Chew.
The great taste of Charleston Chew.
Charleston Chew. Who could forget that delightful nougat-filled candy bar from the 70s? It was like a little slice of heaven wrapped in chocolate. And let me tell you, it was a real crowd pleaser. Picture this. You'd be hanging out with your friends, maybe at the local diner or the corner store, and someone would pull out a Charleston Chew. Instantly, everyone's eyes would light up because they knew they were in for a treat. Now here's a fun fact for you. Charleston Chew has been around since the 1920s. Yep, it's been satisfying sweet tooths for almost a century. But it really hit its peak of popularity in the groovy 70s when people couldn't get enough of its chewy, chocolatey goodness. And the best part? You could enjoy it however you liked. Some people like to eat it straight from the wrapper, savoring every bite of that delicious nougat and chocolate coating. Others preferred it frozen, turning it into a cool, refreshing treat on a hot summer day. 4. Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks. Those fizzy candies were like little fireworks in your mouth back in the groovy 70s. I mean, they literally exploded, making snack time a whole lot more exciting. Imagine this, you'd open a packet of Pop Rocks, pour them into your mouth, and bam. It was like a party in there. The crackling and popping sounds were like your own personal fireworks show right on your tongue. And let me tell you, it wasn't just kids who were obsessed with Pop Rocks. Adults couldn't get enough of them either. I mean, who could resist that burst of fizzy fun? Pop Rocks weren't just about the sensation. They also came in all sorts of delicious flavors, from tangy to sweet. Whether you were into cherry, watermelon, or even cola, there was a Pop Rocks flavor for everyone. 3. Bubble Yum. Bubble Yum. Let's talk about a blast from the past. Back in the funky 70s, Bubble Yum hit the scene like a flavor explosion. This soft and chewy bubble gum wasn't just any old gum. It was a game changer. Imagine sinking your teeth into that chewy goodness and the flavor. Oh, it lasted for ages. But what really set Bubble Yum apart was its bubble-blowing prowess. Seriously, these bubbles were like something out of a bubble-blowing championship. They were big, they were bold, and they blew competitors out of the water. You pop one of those babies in your mouth, start chewing, and before you knew it, you were blowing bubbles bigger than your head. Did you know that Bubble Yum was actually created by a scientist? Yep, it was developed by a guy named Reuben Rosing, who was working on a new kind of gum formula. And boy, did he hit the jackpot with Bubble Yum. 2. Nerds. Picture this, you pop a handful of Nerds into your mouth and instantly, you're hit with a burst of tangy flavor that wakes up your taste buds. These little candies might be small, but they sure do pack a punch. Now here's the cool part. Nerds aren't just your average candy. Nope, they're like tiny flavor bombs with a twist. Each Nerd comes in 2 flavors, giving you a double dose of deliciousness in every crunchy bite. Whether you're craving the fruity goodness of strawberry or the tangy zing of grape, Nerds have got you covered. But wait, there's more. Did you know that Nerds were invented by a candy-loving scientist named Angelo Fragos? Yep, he came up with the idea back in the 1980s, and since then, Nerds have become a staple in candy aisles around the world. In fact, they're so popular that over 25 million boxes of Nerds are sold each year. 1. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. These goodies are like the superheroes of the candy world, swooping in to save our taste buds with their irresistible combo of creamy peanut butter and dreamy chocolate. They've been stealing hearts since the groovy 70s when they first graced store shelves with their presence. Picture this, you unwrap one of these beauties and the moment you take a bite, it's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. The smoothness of the peanut butter and the richness of the chocolate blend together like a sweet symphony, leaving you craving more. And the best part? You can enjoy them any way you like. Whether you're into the classic room temperature vibe, prefer them chilled from the freezer, or simply can't wait and dive right in, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are always there to satisfy your cravings. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 best candies from the 70s. Which nostalgic treat was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more sweet content. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep on snacking and stay sweet.